Low life scars and earths, the Decepticons, the wild bunch, grimiest upper echelon. You get yapped in Bessie Head on Lincoln Terrace Park. I went to 156, the old one that had asbestos. And I'm from the blocks where you won't come. To be specific, Duke, I'm from Howard Ave. Where we make cowards dash, cause the burners that we pack make our trousers sag. Will you lose if you fight with our girls? And with Tony's or Rutland got the best slices in the world. Keep your head on a swivel, don't come round looking pretty, cause you'll find out the hard way why it's called Juke City. And it's not like we only pack the Rugers, cause this is the home of Shannon Briggs, Mike Tyson, and Zab Judah. And you know the slogan, Ben never ran, never will. So the best bet for you and your mans is to chill. Welcome to the Ville.
Never ran, never will. You will get beat down and trampled for real. You can't do much, but what you can do is chill, cause the fam we get ill in the land of the Ville. Motherfuckers never ran, never will. You will get beat down and trampled for real. You can't do much, but what you can do is chill, cause the fam we get ill in the land of the Ville.
Just different.
You know what Brownsville rappers be on. Low life scars and earths, the Decepticons, the wild bunch, grimiest upper echelon. You get yapped in Bessie Head or Lincoln Terrace Park. I went to 156, the old one that had asbestos. And I'm from the blocks where you won't come. To be specific, Duke, I'm from Howard Ave. Where we make cowards dash, cause the burners that we pack make our trousers sag. Will you lose if you fight with our girls? And with Tony's on Rutland got the best slices in the world. Keep your head on a swivel, don't come round looking pretty, cause you'll find out the hard way why it's called Juke City. And it's not like we only pack.
Scuddy.
Hoodie in the hoodie.
Chilling. Oh, man. Oh, man. What you been up
What's
to?
up? Sleep. Sleep during the day. Work at night.
Man, I was trying to fuck around and I thought I could share my screen. I got to get this laptop so I can start sharing the screen and shit, man.
Oh, okay.
But motherfucking set it off. What it is, the fucking Cowboys fans, man. Niggas got the brawling. I guess that's AT&T studio. AT&T Stadium.
Or
Yeah, man. Oh, let me pull the story up. All right. Sure, I need to pull it up. It say 7:30 a.m. This is an update. The Arlington police tells us that no arrests were made in association with the skirmishes. All right. The story was, though, the Cowboys didn't show much fight on Sunday night, but their fans sure as hell did, getting in a wild brawl at a playoffs watch party at AT&T Stadium. One of the biggest scraps at the event happened following Dallas's lifeless 19-12 loss to the 49ers, when the fan in the CD Lamb jersey slammed the man in the Ezekiel Elliott gear straight to the ground. Let me see.
crazy.
Fist immediately began flying between the two, with both guys landing huge blows on each other's face. At one point, several other fans jumped in, kicking and punching the Elliott fan before, thankfully, before the fight was broke up. In a different part of the stadium, though, another squabble broke out as the Cowboys game was winding down, with multiple people pushing each other and attempting to strike one another with punches. Damn. That's a clip. I wish I could show the clip. But it said in the clip, security workers did their best to break things up as fans continued to try to after each other. No word yet on if any arrests were made. We've reached out to cops, but so far we've yet to hear back. And then they had on the update the Arlington Police Department tells us that no arrests were made in association with the skirmishes. The niggas didn't even get locked up. They was wilding. But I've been saying that shit. I was like, yo, them Cowboy fans is different, man. Them motherfuckers be heated, boy. Like, I be like,
Yeah,
damn, you
Cowboy
going for the
fans.
nigga for real?
Shit. Cowboy fans is weird as shit.
It's
They,
like
they,
the
they, you
Boston.
know what I mean?
They like the Boston baseball fans, and the
Yeah.
Chicago and the Boston baseball fans.
You like us Yankees fans too, though, man. We crazy as shit.
Yankees
But at
fans
least
be dumping
Yankees
niggas.
fans, what? Hell yeah, bro. Let me tell you something. The only thing that separates Yankees fans from every other fan in the world is that we got the greatest team in the world, the greatest organization in the world. All right, 27. We got 27 pennants, b.
What's the station? I mean, what's the stop? I know it's the 7th trade, but what's the stop?
163rd Street, 168th Street.
Oh yeah, that joint right there by the EAU. I know it's close to the EAU. I remember we was in the EAU. Yankee Stadium was right there. Like we came outside, went outside to smoke a cigarette, and that joint was right there, literally, mad close.
Yeah, man.
I remember Armani used to take us to Yankee Stadium, man. We had the I ain't never get a bat. I think they
Yeah, I
had to
went. I
stop
went.
the
I remember.
bats.
That was the first time I went. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know why they had to stop the bats, right?
Niggas was duffing.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I got a towel. I got a little bat. Now I did get a little bat. Well, not a
Oh
little
yeah, you
bat,
went
but
on.
like the small joint, like the foot long joint. I had one of those, but I never got a big bat.
Oh yeah, okay. I went on a little bad day before, and I went on big bad day too. I went on a hat day. I mean, just go to Yankee Stadium all the time.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
What's this? Monterey Park. Monterey Park out
Oh,
in
that shit.
California. Dude killed 10 people.
Yeah,
And what
the
was
the
the shit
um
called? Let me see. Where that
the
shit at, right?
Chinatown shit.
Let me see. That joint say suspected Monterey Park shooter fatally shoots himself during police standoff after killing 10 people at a ballroom dance studio. So he killed himself. The suspected Monterey Park shooter killed himself during a standoff with police after killing 10 people during at least 10 and injuring at least 10 more at a dance studio over the weekend. Hu Kan Tran, 72, was found dead Sunday from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound in a van in Torrance, putting an end to an hours-long manhunt. Authorities have yet to determine the motive for the gunman, whose slaying have left the community in shock, according to ABC 7. Let's see, let me go to the news clip. See if they
We are also learning more about the victims and survivors this morning.
Our team coverage continues with Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pulliam live in Monterey Park. Tim.
John Rachel Ming Wei Ma was one of the victims, and he was a popular dance instructor. Take a look at this image of him. Friends describe him as understanding and patient. He really enjoyed all forms of dance, and they say that he gave his life to save others. This shooter destroyed so many lives when he opened fire inside of that dance studio. Listen to how friends describe and talk about the identified victim.
Mr. Ma, who was very beloved and respected, in the dance community, and he's been doing that for over 20 years. He was trying to stop the shooter, and he passed away.
He was a nice guy. He helped me a lot. We help each other if we need something. You say, okay, you need something? Okay, I come to help you. You need, we were each other helping.
Witnesses say about 50 people were inside the dance studio during that shooting. We know at least 20 people were shot, 10 of them killed. We anticipate learning more about the victims and survivors today. Now you are looking at the Red Cross. They are here at the Langley Center, and this is where families affected will be.
But yeah, though, man, that nigga, he killed 10 people. They said it was 50 in there. It was 50 in there, and he killed 10. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me read the rest of that joint. But he bounced. You know what I'm saying? He was on the run, I guess. Let me see. Where was that?
Happened during the Lunar New Year, man. That celebration. Yeah.
Authorities have
Okay,
yet
go
to
ahead, finish it,
determine
because I got something to say about it. Go ahead.
Tran had no criminal history. However, local law enforcement aren't ruling out the possibility that domestic violence may have played part in Saturday's mass shooting, the outlet reports. Cops eventually tracked down the suspect's van and surrounded it for several hours before going in, only to find a dead body slumped over the steering wheel upon entering. At an evening news conference, Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna confirmed the body found was that of Tran, the suspected shooter. Officials added that Tran had attempted to shoot up another dance hall in Alhambra roughly 17 minutes after the deadly mass shooting at the Star Ballroom dance room on West Garvey Avenue. After reportedly walking into the Alhambra Ballroom with his firearm raised, a heroic Good Samaritan managed to wrestle the gun away from Tran, according to Luna. Closed caption TV footage shows a man inside the Lai Lai Ballroom confronts the suspect before disarming him, prompting Tran to quickly flee the scene. However, authorities say they know very little information about the man or why he targeted community dance halls, the outlet reported. Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna did reveal that all of the people killed appeared to be over 50. Luna suspected what could have been a potential motive, questioning if Tran had a mental illness. A coroner official investigates the scene where police say the mass shooting suspect slumped over the wheel of the white van, apparently deceased due to a self-inflicted gun wound. Tran reportedly had a semi-automatic pistol along with the extended magazine, which is illegal in California, and another handgun found in the van where his body was located. Monterey Park Police Chief Scott Wise said that although officers hadn't prepared for the mass shooting, they didn't hesitate to go in. Said that although the officers hadn't been prepared for the mass shooting, but they didn't hesitate to go in. Meanwhile, no victims have been officially identified as of Monday. Yo, what's good, Heavy? Meanwhile, no victims have been officially identified as of Monday. However, friends identified one of the people killed as dance instructor Ming Wei Ma. Saturday's mass shooting was the nation's fifth to occur this month alone. It's also the deadliest attack since May 24, 2022, when 21 people were killed in an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas. All families and victims impacted by the shooting are urged to go to where there's a crisis response team. That's fucked up.
That's crazy. Yeah, it be these mass shootouts, man. Not even shootouts, these mass shootings. Yo, so I have a theory, man. I have a theory on these mass shootings, man. So, you know what a pack is?
A pack? Like
Yeah.
a treaty?
No, not a pack. A pack. PAC.
Nah.
Political Action Committee.
Yeah, I know
Right.
every time I type PAC in, they come in in uppercase letters, so I know that meant something.
All right, so the particular pack I'm talking about is the National Rifle Association.
The NRA.
All right, the NRA. That particular PACs, it's like what PACs do is they raise money for political parties. All right, the NRA, you know who they support. They support the Republicans.
What is
All
it? The
right,
left wing or the right wing? Who they support?
right wing, right. So now, okay, I'm just gonna give you a little PAC summary data for 2021 to 2022.
Mm-hmm.
They raised $18,142,833. They spent $14,440,197. Um, they began with 2,467,000. They ended up with 6,169,000 left. Zero debt. All right. Last reported November 28th, 2022. All right. PAC contribution data. Contributions from the PAC to federal candidates. List recipients. Democrats 0%. Republicans 100%. Contributions to this PAC from individual donors are $200 or more. 3,219,000. So PAC registration details. The national.
That's for me.
The national. The National Rifle Association of American Political Victory Fund is located in Fairfax, Virginia. The industry is gun rights and pro guns. All right. Christina Majors is the treasurer. Okay, I say all of this to say this. The NRA PAC, they solely support the Republican Party. You know what I'm saying? They don't get no money to the Democrats. All right. So gun control only favors who? The Democrats, not the Republicans. The Republicans want guns, Texas, Virginia, so forth and so on. My theory is this, all right? Election time coming up in 2024. You know what I'm saying? So we have to amass all of these incidents, these shootings, these killings. It's happening sporadically. You know what I'm saying? I think, I think that these things are triggered by the Democrats. It's too random. It's just too random to me. All right, all right. I don't think that people just free willingly just go out and shoot 20 people, or kids just go out and shoot up schools and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's weird to me, man. It's happening in places like Florida and Texas and California. I mean, not to mention Columbine and all of that stuff like that. Because I think gun control. I mean, I have my issues on gun control. You know what I'm saying? Because we're the only country. If you look at statistics, we are in like the damn 90 something percentile, while the rest of the world is in the ones and the twos and stuff like that. As far as shootings and gun violence and stuff. Because like that's the only place that guns are legal. It's the only country where guns are like literally like if you don't have a felony, you can go buy a gun. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I first, when I was coming to visit y'all down in Virginia and stuff. That kid, man, I forgot his name. That white kid. I don't know. I think he was a homosexual kid. He had a damn gun on his belt, on just right there, just walking around when y'all was in Lawrenceville. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, this nigga, a sheriff or something? He was walking around with the gun. Huh?
Niggas just flex with they shit. I know it was an old head named Snowball that used to walk around with just his gun on his hip like a cowboy. I was like, what the hell?
This was a young dude. He was 18. I think Sean told me like he was 18. This y'all friend or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what the fuck? That shit is crazy. Niggas be thirsty for guns in New York. But people down here, they like literally it's fashion. is jury. You know, we got some family members that's like gun collectors and shit.
Indeed, indeed.
It's not a bad theory.
That,
Like it really does take a lot for the average individual just to wake up and decide. I'm gonna exactly, exactly. I mean, it's I think it's so much deeper than just somebody waking up going to say I'm going to shoot 20 people. It's way more than that. What's happening, Trees?
Hey, how's everybody?
cooling,
We good, we
cooling.
good, we good. I think it's way more deeper than just somebody just wake. I think that these people are actually tapped in, man. And it's like, you know, it's so yo, you ever heard of MK Ultra?
I heard of it. I ain't never get into it. Break it down.
Let me be accurate.
Get the info. That's the best way to do it.
All right, it's like this. Project MK Ultra was an illegal human experimentation program designed and undertaken by the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency, aka the CIA, intended to develop procedures and identify drugs that could be used in interrogations to weaken individuals and force confessions through brainwashing and psychological torture. Torture. It began in 1953 and was halted in 1973. MK Ultra used numerous methods to manipulate the subjects mental states, and brain functions. Key.
Damn.
Key right there. All right. I'm going to say it again. It began in 1953 and was halted in 1973. MK Ultra used numerous methods to manipulate its subjects' mental states and brain functions, such as covert administration and high doses of psychoactive drugs, especially LSD.
Mm.
All
That's
right.
that
And
Timothy
other,
Leary shit, right? That's
yeah,
Timothy
and that,
Leary, right?
yes. And other chemical electroshocks, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, isolation, and verbal and sexual abuse, in addition to other forms of torture. MK Ultra was preceded by two drug-related experiments, Project Bluebird and Project Artichoke. It was organized through the CIA's Office of Scientific Intelligence and coordinated with the United States Army Biological Warfare Laboratories. The project engaged in illegal activities, including the use of U.S. and Canadian citizens as unwitting test subjects. Over 7,000 veterans took part in these experiments non-consensually during the 1950s and 1970s. Many of them were suing later. MK Ultra's scope was broad, with activities carried out under the guise of research in more than 80 institutions aside from the military, including colleges, universities, hospitals, prisons, and pharmaceutical companies. The CIA operated using front organizations, although some top officials at these institutions were aware of the CIA's involvement. Check this out. This is the same shit that Kanye was talking about. Not to say, not to bring up the whole Kanye shit again. You know what I'm saying? But the same stuff that Kanye West was talking about. Kanye West said he had a MK Ultra coach. They sent him they appointed him a CIA, or not the CIA, my MK Ultra coach. You know what I'm saying? To guide him, to advise him, to train him on how to deal with the media and prepare him for certain situations and everything like that. He broke away from it. You know what I'm saying? He just couldn't deal with it. So remember, a lot of things he said, a lot of decisions that Kim Kardashian made, she was coached by Hillary Clinton. Like, I mean, this shit is weird, man. I think the Democrats is using things like tools like MK Ultra to control citizens, have them doing certain things to bend them at their will, to deprogram and reprogram them and stuff like that. Because like it seemed like these shootings work directly in the Democrats' favor. You know what I'm saying? For gun control, they trying to defund the Republicans, by destroying their packs. I'm not Republican or Democrat. I'm just saying, how they're using the tools, their science on the American people. You know what I'm saying? So we the guinea pigs, and we the tools for their scheme. It's not far fetched to think this. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, that's just it's crazy. I be putting this shit together, man. I sit trying to, it's hard for me to. I work at night now, so it's hard for me to sleep in the daytime. So while I'm trying to go to sleep, all this shit be running through my head. You know what I'm saying? It's
All you
bugged
gotta
out.
do is watch documentaries until you doze off, and you'll wake up watching the new shit.
I be watching documentaries, but it's like my fucking brains is playing an ongoing documentary perpetually in my head all the time. It's like it's bugged out, man. So that's just I'm a little bit crazy, but that's just what's going on. So can you imagine like it's cold words? So Kanye was also saying stuff like it's cold words. He'll hear a word and then it trigger a thought in his brain, and then he'll just start lashing out crazily, start speaking, 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 speaking. So when they say things like, "Oh, you need to take your medication," you need to take your medication, yeah, because they alter this thought process. You know what I'm saying? So he got to, in order to stabilize, he have to take a medication in order to stop acting out. But he not acting out. He just, he shit. This is the effect of that damn MK Ultra, man. These experiments they've been doing on him and
Take that
everybody
shit.
else. We are caught in the middle of, bro. We in the matrix right now. We all in the matrix right now. You know what I'm saying? We being affected in ways you don't even know. And we being programmed and deprogrammed by social media, TV, so forth and so on. We don't even know what's gonna trigger us at any time. We don't even know. You don't even know that you're being programmed because you don't believe it's happening. I'm telling you, it's real. The shit is very, very real, man. You know, dudes shooting up the Chinese people. Old Chinese people are the least threatening people in the world. I'm just saying. When he's shooting the people up in New York, there was last day Chinese people was under attack. Asians was under attack. You know what I'm saying? Even though, okay, we can get into social politics and stuff, right? But it's like that's not the point here. The point here is like whenever they need a distraction, something like this happened. So let's look beyond. Let's look at what else is going on right now. What else is happening right now? You know, the playoffs is here, but now the playoff games is over until until the next one.
So what happened? The playoffs did what?
I said that it's the people need the sheeple need multiple distractions to go on at the same time to keep us all occupied. But it's a big deception. It's something being covered up. And let's look deeper and see whenever something major happens like this, like a mass shooting, and a dude kills it and then he kills himself. What?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So let's think. What else is happening?
I
What
mean,
else is happening
that's Harry Kari, ain't it?
Oh no, that ain't Harikari. He ain't no ninja. He ain't no damn samurai. It was Chinese. Harikari is formed by Japanese people, Japanese
All right, so
samurai
what is it
when they dishonor
when the
themselves.
Americans do it? What is it when the Americans do it when they go and they get when they turn POWs and they take the pill? Or do we do that?
I mean, you can do it. There was advised that some people in the armed forces or whatever. Like, listen, man. If you are privy to top secret information or confidential information, if you can't take the torture, then kill yourself because you're gonna be dishonored. Those are them super brainwashed soldiers, man. You know what I mean?
I ain't kill
Yo,
himself.
whoever out there watching, man, give us a shout out. Let us know you out there.
Or what's the name too? I did a typo. Uh, for the next topic. The Memphis Police Department fired 5 officers involved with the death of Tyree Nichols. I thought
Yeah,
I read
yeah,
it in the
yeah.
sex handle. But let me see. Five Memphis police officers have been fired for using excessive force and violating other policies during the arrest of 29-year-old Tyree Nichols, as reported by Fox News. According to the outlet, the 5 officers terminated. Hold up. According to the officers, According to the outlet, the 5 officers terminated include Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin III, Desmond Mills Jr., and Justin Smith. The officers have been on the force for between 2.5 and 5 years. And in addition to using excessive force during the arrest of Tyree Nichols, they also failed to render aid and fulfill their duty to intervene. The police department issued a written statement detailing the department's internal department changes, as reported by a commercial appeal. Earlier today, each officer charged was terminated from the Memphis Police Department. Earlier today, each officer charged was terminated from the Memphis Police Department with the egregious nature of this incident is not reflection of the good work that our officers perform with their integrity every day. Should keep switching from Instagram to text. Ben Crump and Antonio Romanucci, the Nichols family attorneys, responded to the action taken by the Police Department with a joint statement. This is the first step towards achieving justice for Tyree and his family. They must also be held accountable for robbing this man of his life and his son of a father. The attorneys stated that they will continue to demand transparency and accountability, and the Memphis Police Department has agreed to give body camera footage of Nichols' arrest to the family and share public once their internal investigation concludes. Nichols' sister has spoken out about her brother's brutal death and arrest. To see their faces make me angry. I'm trying to hold it together, but my heart has been ripped open. This is torture. Jamal Dupree, one of Nichols' oldest brothers, also released a statement with the family friend. According to Fox News, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is also looking into the force used during the arrest. Relatives of Nichols has accused the 5 officers of beating him until he had a heart attack during the arrest. While police have said that he had a medical emergency, while the police department said that he had a medical emergency, as reported by the outlet. What they go into the arrest. I'm gonna play the clip. Hold up.
Developments in the Tyree Nichols case. 5 Memphis police officers all fired for their involvement in the death of the 29-year-old. It all stems from a traffic stop 2 weeks ago tomorrow. Now here's a look at the now former officers. The department saying its investigation found all of them violated policy by using excessive force during that arrest and did nothing to intervene and help Nichols. Nichols, of course, died 3 days later at the hospital, his family saying he was so badly beaten they could not even recognize him.
That was crazy. Man, like Emmett Till, let me see what was his arrest about.
They definitely didn't have to beat him like that, regardless of what it was. Because them men, and be out there murdering people, and they don't be doing all that. That's messed up.
I'm gonna break down what they say.
Let
me see. It say Nichols was reportedly stopped for reckless driving around 8:30 p.m. on January 7th. A confrontation ensued, and Nichols allegedly ran before officers arrested him. Officers said that another confrontation took place. According to Fox News, Nichols complained of shortness of breath, and then he was taken to St. Francis Hospital in critical condition. He died 3 days later on January 10th. An image of Nichols in the hospital was shared shortly after his death, as reported by Commercial Appeal. It showed him intubated, like with the tubes in this shit. And his face was disfigured from a combination of significant welts. In addition, his nose was nearly bent into an S shape. Shit. And blood was seen on his hospital tubes and sheets. Family members maintain that Nichols suffered a plethora of injuries, which included kidney failure and brain swelling. Nichols' stepfather, Rodney Wells, adds that the 29-year-old was hooked up to a dialysis machine prior to his death. The family is reportedly calling for the officers to be charged with murder 1, Body camera footage is said to be released to the family as early as Monday, according to Action News, which is today. So they should be getting some footage today. Ay, 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 man. What the fuck, man? I mean, I don't know, man. It's like it's not even being sarcastic. Like, is it gonna stop, yo? Ever?
I mean, it's not gonna stop. That's what they here for. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna stop. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why it's happening. You know what I mean? I can only speculate, but I don't know, man. I mean,
Ain't no footage on this one though. We ain't got no footage. It's just like pictures of him in the hospital, beat the fuck up with the tubes and shit, and he all swole up. Let me see. It's a picture. Let me see the picture of him in the hospital.
the thing is, I don't think. See, okay, like, look, okay, yeah, it's becoming. It look like it's more. It look like it's happening more now than it usually happens, but it never. It's not happening more. It's just we have social medias and cameras, and like it's a very sensitive point. This is a very sensitive situation for people now because we trying to. I ain't gonna say we standing up for it, but it's just that it's being more
Hold
recognized
up.
now the abuse and the violence from the police giving us and everything. But they beat up white people too, so it's like
I understand that,
yeah,
but
that's true.
we talking about what's happening like this moment. Look at this nigga, man.
Oh yeah, they Emmett Till them. That's crazy.
That's crazy as shit, dog.
Yeah, yeah, this shit gotta stop, man. This shit gotta stop.
That shit is wild. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to the next shit, man. Oh,
Oh,
understood.
before you
Understood
do
what you're
that,
saying. Definitely not.
huh?
How we still having these senseless acts. It's all a part of a plan to keep us divided. I mean, it
It's a
ain't it
fact.
ain't that it's keeping us divided. I mean, like it's like I don't know, not to get too conspiracy, but it's like they look at
Yeah,
how
white people get their ass beat too.
they look at how easily we can get set off by each other. You know what I'm saying? Like how we'll disrespect each other quicker than we'll disrespect others. You know what I'm saying? So they know they got the money to put people in place to be role models for us to be on some fuck shit. And while that's happening, they doing a swoop in technique, you know what I'm saying? And fucking shit over. That's why I try not to get too conspiracy though, because it stopped making sense to me. It's like not really a conspiracy, it's just blatantly fucking evil, man. Straight up. Like it's not nothing spooky, nothing spiritual, nothing devil, none of that. It's just straight wickedness, man. That's
Man,
it.
what it is like they just do these things and keep us in our place, so called, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I
It's
mean, I'm not. I ain't never seen them. I ain't never heard of no white people get. I finally seen a white lady get like slammed and tased and shit, and I'm more than sure she
I
about to
see it all
have
the
some
time.
jobs. She about to get paid. It ain't gonna be like when the old black lady get slammed and tased.
No, well, yeah, you can still sue.
She about to
I mean,
get that lady about to
well, I
get the
see it. I
shit.
see it randomly. I see it randomly, and my name is Kasim, bro. I see it randomly on I watch all these. I watch everything, man. I can't pinpoint exactly, but I see it because I watch all of these shows, all these these true police shows, and I watch all of this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But it happens worse to black people. But the point is, so you gotta understand, like when you see like things where like a white person can be a crazy and deranged white person can be running around with a gun, and somebody call the police. The police will hold a gun on them and they won't do nothing to them until after several warnings. But when they come and there's a black person on the scene doing the same thing, they gonna shoot the black person immediately. But that's only because they see us as more of a threat. You know what I'm saying? But it's not, even though if we're not really more
Well, I
threatening,
hate that
it's just
though.
that they are. It's already programmed in their mind that we are more threatening than
I
than
mean,
than the
Ti made a
average white
movie.
person.
Ti made a little movie, like a little 10-minute, 15-minute movie, and he told that he was a cop in the joint, and there was another cop, and they chasing the young boy through the hood. Ti know the young boy from the hood, and the cop like stop. So he ain't stop, and he shot that nigga. And the nigga said, "I fear for my life." He said, "Motherfucker, if you scared, get another motherfucking job."
So
That
look,
nigga
while we talking about this just happened. You know what I'm saying? 7 people was killed today at the mushroom farm in California. Shit is crazy. It's all
what up?
happening now because in California in the Bay Area, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a suspect 67 in custody after 7 shot dead at the mushroom farm,
And then
mushroom
there's
and
all
trucking
these
farm.
old ass people shooting shit up. The fucking Chinese
Bro,
dude
I
like
just read it. I
72.
just read to you. I just read to you. The baby boomers were the ones that was being programmed by this damn NK Ultra. Bro, I'm telling you, this shit is real. This shit is real. The other old man, this old man,
Remember the
you know
old
what I'm saying? They
handsome
were being
dude?
man,
What was
you
the
being
other old handsome?
experimented with, bro.
Was he from out here? It was an old nigga, and they had they what the fuck was the old dude from the old black dude? They just stopped him.
What
He
you
was he
talking
was the
about?
last mass killer. He was the last fucking serial killer.
Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
Yo.
good, bro?
All right, so check it out. They say 7 people are reportedly dead following multiple related shootings in Half Moon Bay, California, according to the AP. That's Associated Press. Victims were found across multiple locations. This nigga just went on a damn. He was hunting the motherfuckers, B. Across multiple locations near San Mateo Road. That's Highway 92. An anonymous source with knowledge of the shooting told NBC Bay Area. Gun violence has come to our district today, and I will do whatever I can to support the San Mateo County Sheriff's Department and Half Moon Bay city officials during this tragic event. California State Senator Josh Becker wrote on Twitter. On Twitter on Monday, we will continue to monitor this situation. My thoughts go out to all affected. The shootings took place across 2 farms. The incident took place at the Mountain Mushroom Farm, while the second shooting took place at the Rice Trucking Soil Farm. Local news coverage shows large numbers of police outside the group of residential trailer-style buildings at the Mountain Mushroom Farm questioning workers. A coroner is on the scene. A suspect is in custody, and there is no active threat to the community, according to officials. Police could be seen on local newscasts handcuffing a man near Kelly Avenue and taking him into custody, yelling, "Get your hands up in the air! Get out of the vehicle and get down on the ground." The suspect has been identified as 67-year-old Chow Chun Lee of
Another
Half
fucking
Moon
Asian
Bay.
Oh,
cat.
Another
Another
Asian.
Asian cat. That's
Another
crazy.
Asian. His 4 alleged
an
victims.
old
His
man.
4 alleged victims. I mean, his and
The
this
other
is
cat was 72.
like the Chinese New Year, some shit like that. What is it? Well, the suspect was identified as 67-year-old Chow Chun Lee of Half Moon Bay. NBC Bay Area reports. His 4 alleged victims are Chinese farm workers. City Council member Debbie Ruddock told the station. The shooting in Half Moon Bay area, just south of San Francisco, comes on the heels of the mass shooting over the weekend in Southern California, where 10 were killed and numerous were injured during the Lunar New Year celebrations outside of Los Angeles. This is really a tragedy in the light of what's happening, San Mateo supervisor told ABC. This is an incident in which that we're shocked about. Insanity.
Insanity.
Yeah, that's
You said
wild.
it got something to do with the Chinese New Year.
It's the
That's
Lunar New
crazy.
Year.
I just got a CNN notification just now saying that same exact shit. That's crazy as fuck, yo. Let's see what else we got on deck. Oh, this nigga Sammie, nigga Moms and shit. This nigga Moms was charged with murder. He just was on the highway letting off shots and shit.
The singer?
Yeah.
Do you think she had a mental breakdown because she just randomly shot at a car? I don't think she was in her right mind. Something going on with
Let me
that.
see. Let's see what they said. This is about him releasing. Let's go to the incident.
Hey, Trace.
Let me see. It say woman randomly shooting at vehicle arrested. Let's see. Woman randomly shooting at vehicles. Woman randomly shooting at vehicles arrested in death. Arrested in death of County mother, deputies say. Angela Baxter, 56, faces second-degree murder charge. And this was published on January 20th. This is Click Orlando County, Florida. A woman has been arrested after a mother was found shot to death, crashed in a crash car in Orange County last week, according to the sheriff's office. Angela Baxter, 56, was booked Wednesday and faces a murder charge in the death of 27-year-old Nicole Ball, Nekaybaw Collier, deputies say. According to a tweet from the sheriff's office, Baxter was randomly shooting at vehicle on January 12th when the victim was driving nearby. Collier was hit by the gunfire and was found in a crash car less than a mile away from there. Collier had been shot in her abdomen with one bullet hole observed on the driver's side of her vehicle, and later she was pronounced dead at the hospital. Less than a half an hour later, deputies responded to Collier's scene. Less than a half an hour after the deputies responded to Collier's scene, a deputy in the area of North Pine Hills Road in North Lane was flagged down by a man who said a woman in a red SUV sitting in the middle of the road was shooting at people driving past her, reporting that his own vehicle was struck by a gunfire. A third victim later approaches deputies saying that while driving on White Heron Drive, a woman in a red SUV stopped next to her and said, "Why the fuck are you following me? Who are you?" Before the victim drove off, she heard two thumps from the back of her vehicle, later determining it was gunfire. Baxter was identified from a photographic lineup by a witness who lives in the area and saw a woman. Baxter was identified from a photographic lineup by a witness who lives in the area and saw the woman shoot at the second and third victims' vehicles, deputy said. An arrest warrant was signed January 14th for charges of shooting into a vehicle. Baxter was apprehended January 17th on that warrant, an interview with an affidavit that states, "My heart goes out to the victim. That's terrible. That shouldn't have happened to anybody." The fuck? And then nearby resident Billy Reeves said he saw the scene. He said that he saw the scene on the day of the shooting. It's crazy how people can take matters into their own hands and hurt anybody that they choose. It's sad and scary. Investigators noted the latter two that's her shooting. But now we back to Sammie. That's his mom's. So he gave a statement saying, in consideration of the recent news, I would like to express my most sincere condolences to the family of Ms. Collier. I understand the severity of the allegations, but I do not have any additional information. Therefore, at this time, I respectfully request privacy for not only my family, but the family of Ms. Collier. That lady probably ain't going to jail.
Crazy.
I think she might.
I mean, she going to jail.
I think she needs to be mentally evaluated because that's just randomly. Unless drugs or something are found in her system, she really needs to be mentally evaluated.
All right, so I'm telling you, every time something like this happens, there's always something that's going on that either it can either distract people from or bring attention to somebody else from. In the background, what's going on around Sammie's life right now other than this?
I don't know. Last thing I heard was the verses. That was the last thing I heard about Sammie.
Well, Sammie, Ray J, Pleasure P, and
Bobby
one
V.
of them other niggas, Bobby V. They forming a group. They get ready to come out with a group. They get ready to drop their album. So I mean, I don't believe none of this shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe that anything is not. I don't believe. I mean, it's, bro, I'm American, bro. I know how it works. I've been here long enough to know how this shit works, man. Promotion. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a buzz going. Let's get a buzz going. Let's put something in mommy's cocaine. Mom, hit this line right here. Try this shit, mom. Mom go crazy and start shooting shit up.
Over the summer, motherfuckers was shooting on the interstate and fucking in Hampton Roads like crazy.
Just wilding?
Yeah. Yeah, just wild, like several isolated incidents, like niggas on the interstate, just fine. Like not outside the vehicles, like out of vehicles, just busting.
Just random, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what else happened random? You know what else happened random around your way? You know what else happened random around your way, Matrix? 60-year-old kid shot his teacher. 60-year-old kid shot his teacher last week.
Yeah.
So it's like,
But
man, this stuff don't just happen.
They tried to put out that it was a little black kid. Like they put out a picture and everything. New York Post is.
Yeah, but from what I understand, okay, now they put out the picture of the little black kid, but black kid mom's about to get some scratch for that. You know what I'm saying? You don't put my baby. And they took the picture off of her Facebook. Yeah, that little kid mom about to get some money.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, and took the picture off somebody's Facebook at that. You know what I'm saying? But look, okay, look. Okay, now, all of this murdering and stuff is going on. All right, but it's something that's way more and more important that's happening right now that I don't think the government wants too widespread. You know what I'm saying?
What's that?
Scientists just received a radio transmission from over 9 billion light years away.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I don't think they want everybody to know about that shit.
I definitely believe it.
No, this happened. You know what I'm saying? So, researchers have revealed that they received a radio signal from an ancient galaxy that's nearly 9 billion light years away. It's a figure that's hard to wrap around your head, but according to astronomers, the signals come from an era that was long before our own solar system materialized.
Oh shit!
Not coming, but don't forget where. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. The finding announced last week in the Journal of the Monthly. Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Now my baby gotta be out there one at a time.
Okay. The finding announced last week in the Journal of the Monthly Notices of the Royal Astronomical Society is the most distant signal of its kind from a remote galaxy. And researchers say it could shed light on how our own universe was formed. The radio frequency signal was picked up by the giant Metro-Wave Radio Telescope in India and originated in the galaxy. They call it SDSSJ0826 plus 5630, located 8.8 billion light years from the Earth. That means that the signal was emitted when our 13.8 billion year old universe was roughly a third of its current age. However, before you get excited, this distant signal might finally be a sign of alien life. Scientists have pinpointed the origin of the signal that they credit to its gaseous hydrogen. That shit crazy. So
yeah, that's real.
We're not alone. I thought we was alone in the first place.
I mean, I'm not saying, like, I don't think that shit could be anything. I mean, like, I don't know.
How? It could be anything 8.8 billion light years away. Can't, bro. It has to be a living entity in order to transmit a signal. It's not just regular energy. It's transmitting a signal, like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody had to be trying to contact somebody else.
Hold on. The energies pick up the energies are made out of what? Elements, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be
everything is made out of elements. Everything made out of elements.
So that's the correlation where you can probably get a signal, whatever the combination of the elements is, wherever that signal came from.
No.
It was something out there.
No. It wasn't a reaction. It wasn't like an electrical reaction.
Like other sentient beings, like how, I mean, like, we not alone. What you saying is out there?
I'm not saying anything is out there, but something has to be out there in order to this was a radio transmission like this is. This is a radio. This is a digital radio transmission. What we're doing here. Somebody was contacting somebody else. 8.8 billion light years away. All right, 18 point something million years ago. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be.
But I thought light years was distance and not time.
It's distance and time. It's distance, but it's distance over time. Light years is distance over time.
Hold on. It took 18 billion years. 18 million years to get to us.
Go back.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what they saying.
All right.
That means this signal was emitted when our 13.8 billion year universe was roughly a third of its current age. You know what I'm saying? So a third of that, 4 billion years. Wild. You know what I'm saying? But look, check this out.
I'm saying that somebody probably had some somebody had some ill ass technology 18 million years ago.
But this technology ain't. Are you kidding me? Yo. Light years fluctuate through particle transmission. What's up, new guy? Bruhu? We need some smart people up here to break this down to us. Can you shed some kind of light or break this thing down? Because I know sound travels 1,120 feet per second, you know, and light travels at 186,000 miles per hour. You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing with distance, you have to deal with time. You have to. You know what I'm saying?
When you're dealing with distance, you usually dealing with time.
Peace, God. You recognize the science, the high science is dealing here. Peace to the God.
Well, when you're talking about traveling these distances, you got to deal with time. Because a mile gonna be a mile, whether you standing still or whether you moving. A mile gonna be a mile, but a mile per hour that got to deal with movement.
But a mile is going to be a mile, but in order to travel that mile, you're going to deal with distance and you're going to deal with time. It takes a certain amount of time to cross that distance.
Right.
It does. Right. You know what I'm saying? We can't like blink. Even if you blink your eye, the distance from your eyelid going here to here takes a certain amount of time. It's a measurable time, but it's still, you know what I'm saying?
Some amount of centimeters per millisecond.
Something crazy like that, you know what I'm saying? Something crazy, but you know that's. So now we're going to talk about. Now. I'm indeed, yet our time measurement of even light years is contingent upon unfettered facts. Facts. You know what I'm saying?
And it's not
like I said
in the chat, man.
As I said, you know, the speed of light, 186 miles per hour, or something like that. It's crazy. So on long distances, we're still literally in the dark. Facts. And a lot of the stars we see are already burnt out, but we're just getting to see them. That's why sometimes when you see a gunshot Boom! You hear the bang before you see the flash because sound travels faster than light.
Light
It just
travels
does.
faster than sound.
All
That's
right,
why you
so
see
let's
the
break it
lightning
down.
and hear the thunder.
That's why you see the lightning and hear the thunder, but guess what? Okay, check it out. Let's break it down. 1,120 feet per second. You know what I'm saying? Is that faster than 186 miles per hour? 186,000 miles per hour? Light
And you
travels
said,
faster than sound. That's a fact. You're right. I don't know why I said that wrong. Light
yeah.
does travel faster than sound. Yeah.
That's why you see the
Crazy.
lightning first, then you hear the
Yo,
thunder.
Bruja, hit that link. Hit that link, Bruja. Bruja. But yeah, so like, well, my main thing is, I'm just saying it's a theory. It's a theory. I don't think it's just like they've been trying to hide Area 51 all these years. They
But
don't want us to
look,
know about. So you say Area
you remember
51 don't exist, Tremaine?
you remember they put some man, they put
Now
some
you good
motherfucking, they put some UFO shit out
you
during
gotta have
COVID.
your
Like people
camera
was going
to
so crazy over COVID. Like we ain't even pay that shit no mind.
Say word.
Word. Look that shit
Maybe,
up.
I am, but
I think it was I think it was the Navy. The Navy, but
I got
somebody
about 10 more
US
minutes on
something
this and
put
I
some
gotta go to
UFO
work.
shit out.
I'm not saying Area 51 don't exist, but I don't think no aliens up in there.
What?
I don't. I just don't think it ain't no alien beings. No upright sentient beings out there. They are
Let me ask
just
you a question. So you think that just this planet right here, in an infinite universe, we're not gonna get into that because that's too deep. I mean, that's gonna. I only got time. I gotta go to work, man. But it's like that's like it's real far fetched for you to say that it's not to me. You understand? Because
I'm not
you
saying
think
that it's not.
that
I'm not saying that it's not. But
you just said you never seen none.
I don't want to be arrogant and say that it is, man.
You know my boy Ski got to smell it before he can say it stink, yo.
That's a fact. I hear you.
I'm saying though, it's like it sounds great a lot because I've seen a lot of things that seem great on paper, but it just didn't flesh out. I'm not seeing that. I can't do it, man. I wish I could.
Well, I'm not gonna say that it's not. I think I really believe that there has to be. If we exist, then I'm sure there's other things that exist in this universe. Just like it was like they found
So you trying to say that?
single cell life
So
forms on Mars and stuff like that.
So you think it's
Huh?
another Goldilocks zone somewhere?
But there has to be alter universes. There has to be. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Three-dimensional plane only exists here. You understand? It only exists here. I'm not even gonna get into the whole, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand this is how we deal with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding here. You know what I'm saying? But it's things that's beyond our understanding that we have no idea, no concept of. You understand? That's outside of our physical plane. It has to
Hey,
be. It has to be.
hey, hold on, y'all fellas want to hit something real quick?
Indeed.
Yeah.
I got you.
Strange stories on 60 Minutes, but perhaps
Can y'all hear this?
like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm listening. I gotta get ready for work though.
Play. I'm listening.
Unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, more commonly known as UFOs. After decades of public denial, the Pentagon now admits there's something out there, and the U.S. Senate wants to know what it is. The Intelligence Committee has ordered the Director of National Intelligence and the Secretary of Defense to deliver a report on the mysterious sightings by next month.
Y'all heard any of that?
No, that was my first time hearing of it.
Yeah. Could y'all hear that? It's 60 minutes. I want y'all to look that up though.
I mean, of course we is. I mean, shit. We already know niggas ain't bringing nothing on here that can't be researched. Just in case people looking at niggas like, we ain't fucking with y'all show. Y'all niggas be saying in the goddamn thing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
they dropped. Yeah, they dropped this info. They dropped this info during COVID. You know what I'm saying? But y'all already know how the mania was surrounding COVID. So they dropped this joint during COVID and nobody paid it no mind. But like they got real life. They talking about they got the interview with the Navy pilots and what they encountered and shit.
That's who I believe saying some shit now. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I can't say aliens from somewhere else, but it's shit from here that I know the Navy done saying some shit. The Navy.
Look, they said like they basically kind of presenting it like they don't really know what they seen, but they know what they seen won't them. They know what they seen won't a foreign country.
So they saying a sentient being? I mean, because I know they saying some shit.
Unidentified aerial phenomena is what they calling it. And that's the new hip shit of saying UFO, unidentified aerial phenomena.
I seen something, and that shit was like a fucking big ass hockey puck, and that shit just dived down to the fucking water.
Man, a nigga that I went to high school with.
I think I ain't gonna say they were on a submarine. I mean, do submarines only go underwater? They don't like start on the top and shit.
Yeah, submarines surface. They surface and they drop.
All right, well, they might have been on the sub and shit, but the niggas was taking a picture of that shit or filming that shit, and that joint was like, you could see the mountains in the background, and that shit was like, you could see that it was hovering above the mountains, and that shit just dived into the water mad fucking fast. I was like, that's crazy.
Man, the boy I went to high school with was on the History Channel. He's on the History Channel talking about he seen the UFO in Suffolk.
See, that's my thing, man. Like when reputable sources give accounts to things, I'm like, for them to even entertain that, it must be something legit about it. I mean, yeah, I know they want ratings, but that's the History Channel. They don't need to do all that.
But you heard what my man said on 60 Minutes. He's like, yo, after years of denial,
they finally admit that something is out there.
Yeah,
but that's not
depends.
I hate that something. Like, yeah, of course, something is out there. But you saying like, but then,
right now they saying it's something.
Nah, nigga,
they saying it's something.
Something, my nigga.
They're basically saying, all right, y'all don't know what's out there. I mean, that's what they've been saying. Y'all don't know what's out there, but we do, and y'all good. But now they basically saying, nigga, y'all don't know what's out there, and we don't either.
I want somebody to just get in the submarine or something that's motherfucking sturdy enough to where they can have a man. They got windows on the submarine. I know them niggas done filmed some shit. They done seen some shit down there, dog. They seen some shit down there, fam. They've been had submarines since when, like 1940 something.
But it's a certain depth that your average sub can't go past.
Man, they got that little yellow ball and shit, dog, that they get into, and that shit go to the bottom.
No, sir.
Them niggas, niggas, they was on the bottom of something. They weren't in the Marianas Trench, but they was on the bottom.
You're not just going to the bottom of the Pacific Ocean in your everyday submarine.
Man, I'm trying to think of what that little yellow ball is that them niggas get in, and them niggas be on the bottom, dog. They be on the bottom of something. Maybe they be in the motherfucking lake.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. It's different elevations. It's different elevations. You can go to the bottom of something, but you can't go to the bottom of everything.
What I'm saying. Like, niggas ain't at the Marianas Trench or nothing, like, of course not, but
like it's a certain water, it's a certain pressure that we still ain't built to go past.
I'm quite sure it's shit where we can go that ain't been. It's either one, it ain't been discovered, or niggas done seen that shit and said, yeah, we gonna leave that right there.
Yeah, we straight.
Like, what if they
Like,
saying
yeah, and it's probably a difference. It's probably a difference between where you can go manned and unmanned.
Like, they see some alligator shit that's the size of a bus. They're like, oh nah, the real Lake Placid. Like, oh, nah. Yeah, that's good. We seen Nessie. Hell yeah, we seen Nessie. Nessie is chilling. Nessie can have that whole region of Scotland. That's her.
That's her. She got that.
Oh shit, Sasquatch. Oh yeah, my man. Them woods. Him got my you.
Yo, how the fuck do y'all niggas come up here without no picture? How do y'all do that shit?
Just press camera.
Oh, tight. I'm retarded. Yo, they just some divers just saw a damn some divers. Yo, what is that sound?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go out.
Somebody popping popcorn?
I'm gonna go out. Oh no.